3, 2, 1.
What's going on, everyone? Another Ash on Comics video. I'm going to try to keep this one short. I've been trying to think about how to do a video on this book since it came out. And if you don't recognize it, this is the New America book. Did you not know America has a new book out? It's All American Comics from Image. It's not Marvel. It's an Image book, All America Comics. And I don't know what is up with this cover. This cover is... I don't know why there's this god-awful yellow background. It's not a good cover. But, look, America has wormed her way into our hearts through the great, now classic miniseries that she had that wasn't supposed to be a miniseries, but then it was supposed to be a miniseries when the Marvel from the future came back and said, no, this is originally planned to be a miniseries all along. And then the old Marvel was like, wait a second, we didn't know it was supposed to be a miniseries. And then, no, you just forgot. Anyways, that is now a classic. It's an American institution. It is, it's an American icon. I don't know what else to say about America. But anyways, Gabby Rivera single-handedly, I don't know, she like lit the flames of Comicsgate. I mean, Comicsgate existed before her, but boy, did she fuel that fire, you know, like an over-eager dad just squeezing the lighter fuel on the barbecue. Did you ever have that when you were growing up? And your dad's like, just squeeze, just like half a can of lighter fluid on the grill, and it's just a big bonfire. And then you eat your burgers, and it tastes like gas. I don't know if you relate to that story or not. But anyways, that's what America was. Her time has come. Real America, La Puente, California. So, I didn't know how to do this book. I thought about it, and you know what? To be honest, if you want a more in-depth talking about the book, go check out Zach's video. He's got 100,000 more subscribers than me, at least. And he did a video on this too, and I'm just like, I don't really have much to add to it, but I realize, some of the people that watch my videos don't watch his boy Zach, so maybe it's just good to get my thoughts on the book. Here's the thing. I didn't hate this book. I actually kind of liked it. This is an SJW book done right. It boggles my mind. It starts off with this Twitter thing, Real America 1, that's America VASQUEZ, because here's the thing. This is the creators of America, from what I understand, at least the writer. I'm not sure if the artist. Creators of America, from my understanding, not able to do their America story, I guess. Maybe they had one story, Marvel, some happened. Go watch Zach's video. He talks about it a little bit. I don't actually know. If you know, put stuff down below. Educate me. But these guys had this story. They still wanted to tell the story. So they're telling it with this new character, America VASQUEZ, who's pretty much every way, shape, or form. She's America Chavez, okay? Just, it's like when, back in the day, I'm trying to remember, like, some writers left Marvel. They couldn't do Captain America, so they made, like, Fighting American, or there's been, like, a couple other Captain America clones, but basically for the same reason. Anyways, so, Twitter's a big part of society. These guys implemented Twitter because, America Chavez would be using the Twitter. Sorry, America VASQUEZ now. It's interchangeable. And she writes her this is a big introduction. Another day, another doctor's office. I just think about it. It all matters. I've been around a while, seen and done a few things already. Got my fair share of stands. People think they know me or where I'm from. I'm not sure they do. Maybe I'm a superhero, but to me, that's a lot more than just maintaining the status quo. I'm not here to make you feel better about the way things are. I'm here to try to change things, to make things better. I'm not going to read the whole thing. You can see it here. And it starts off with America fighting herself. And the internal monologue that goes on is used as Twitter tweets, which I thought was an interesting method. And it worked for me because it was done right. It was done to express, look, this is 2020, right? We get that you comic fans, things were done differently 20 years ago. We get it, but it's just not. And there's a whole new audience that was born after 9/11. Jeez, that's how old I am. I think these people were not alive when 9/11 happened. It's a different world, and they're capturing this. And America, Vasquez, Chavez is an example of this. And they're making a modern character fit modern society. But they're telling a good story with her. And that's the key. And they're not preaching. And that's another key. No proselytization. If you don't know what that word means, go look it up. Proselytize. We still get the America Chavez / Vasquez tropes, too bad, pendeja. She punching people. She always speaks with her fist. But she's not a completely unlikable character. She's a misled character. She very much feels like Generation Z, where if superpowers. And then, look, to explain even further of how this is really just the Marvel comic, like, look, we've even got Captain America, Iron Man, Thor. Now, as I understand it, this book was written, the story at least, was written maybe 4 or 5 years ago when Thor was still a woman, and so that's why this Thor is a woman. Now, they call these people different names because obviously Marvel's got the rights except for Thor. So we've got WMD Man, we've got Colonel Free, which is probably Captain America. WMD Man's probably Iron Man. We got Thor, the Wraith, and she's just #old heads. So she has a run-in with the Avengers and Captain America. I'm just going to call them by their Marvel names. Says, like, you should join us. Da-da-da. She's like, yeah, I don't think so. I'm going to do my own way. And she takes off. So Joe Casey is the writer. Dustin Nguyen is the artist. Now, this is a big favorite of mine. He's off doing Ascender. This art does not look like Ascender. Maybe it's because the coloring's different. I don't know. Maybe it's because this book was done 4 years ago. But he's a good artist. I like his Ascender stuff way better. But it still works here. This is an indie book. And we get America dealing with the town. And while she comes off like, I don't know if she's really a millennial or a zoomer. I don't know. But she comes off like that. And she's supposed to. That's the point. And she's dealing with some things. And she's going to go off to Volgavia. Volgavia is essentially Latveria from Marvel as an analog, right? And it has its own Doctor Doom, and in the form of what's his name? Imperator Dowd. But he's essentially Doctor Doom. He's written just like Doctor Doom. And she's out there, of course, being like, all these people are slaves, and she's fighting social justice, just like a Zoomer you would expect. But instead of just being preached to by the writer that we go, oh yeah, social justice. No, this writer gives us the other side of the story and actually writes dialogue from Doctor Doom. Again, I'm just going to call them by their Marvel analogs, telling America Chavez how wrong she is. It's great. So she punches the big Doom bot, as America Chavez says, she punched everything. Now that's what I'm talking about. One and so done. Indeed. Such a grotesque demonstration of pure arrogance. I would expect nothing less from a hero of your generation. Consider carefully your place in this world. If you see yourself as some sort of savior to my people, under my rule, Volgavia is the richest, most prosperous nation in all of Europe. There is no hunger here. There is no homeless. And there is no freedom. You're on the wrong side of history, Dowd, and I'm here to help these poor. You have no authority here, moral or otherwise. Insolent child, you have neither the perspective nor the wisdom to attempt the kind of change that pollutes your endless virtual drivel. You are fueled by your own self-importance and nothing to back it up. Now go. Perhaps next time you'll know better. Damn! Dr. Doom drops the mic on America Chavez. Damn, I would have loved to seen this in a Marvel comic. To her, only response is, okay, boomer. Weird flex, but whatever. Enjoy your monarchy while it lasts. So she flies off. And as she's flying off, she's doing her little interdimensional travel thing, and she's having some monologue, and something goes wrong. She breaks through out of this dimensional, goes into this other verse. And she sees something that actually terrifies her, which is something that we should know. America Chavez is not afraid of anything, of course. And it's kind of weird, kind of metaphysical stuff. Then she ends up coming out, crashing on the planet. All this stuff is kind of talked through Twitter tweets. And then she's now talking to her friend about it. And basically she's like, like all of reality, I could see it. Everything that it is and ever was reflected back at me. I was able to get a grip on the truth, maybe. Apparently our reality has always been a dream. The dream of something greater. Celestial. God thing. So this thing is sleeping and dreaming us? Hectic. Well, it was. But now, I think it's waking up. And then, interesting theory. So where does that leave us? And then this weirdo guy shows up. I'm not really sure who he is. His name is Maximum Annihilator. He talks about nothing really super important, but that's the end of the book. And man, I gotta tell you, that Doctor Doom scene was worth the price of admission. This is how America should be done. She's a self-important millennial / zoomer, however you want to define her, activist superhero, but she's not portrayed by the writer as a propaganda tool. It's like, she's right. So far, the writer's able to portray her as like, just because she is this way doesn't mean it's the right way. Just because she's reflective of today's society doesn't mean that's the way society should be. It's understandable, and maybe America has something to learn. I don't know. This is a good book. I'm going to give this a recommend. I really like it. 4 stars. If you are an America fan, if you're like, I liked America until Gabby Rivera got a hold of it, check this out. This is a book that almost tries to fix the Gabby Rivera thing. It almost feels like this was a story that they made to fix the Gabby Rivera America, and Marvel is like, hell no. We want super woke Gabby Rivera America. We're not going back. And these guys are like, well, shit, we got this whole story plotted out and everything. Like, it's all done. I guess we'll just tell it ourselves. That's what it feels like. So if you've got any factual knowledge about the history of what happened with this book, why it exists, and things like that, please educate me down in the comments below. I learned a lot from you guys. Hopefully you learned something from me. But really, you're just here for my opinions. And this was my opinion on America VASQUEZ. Like I said, if you're at all a fan of America, this book is for you. It's got good art. It's got good writing. And it's interesting. It's different. And by the fact that it's not Marvel, it can really go places. It doesn't actually have to affect the Marvel Universe. It can tell a Marvel story. It's an Elseworlds. And that's great. Thanks for watching.